There's a side of streaming that we don't usually talk about on this channel. It's called the Pogger side. Name isn't really important, but it features predominantly Caucasian streamers who get into different things like gaming and some IRL content, desktop streams, etc., etc. And trust me when I say they are a very big side of the internet. Let's take a peek into what's going on that side of the internet.
See, we're not drunk, guys.
Yeah, we're not drunk.
But Mango, on the other hand,
No.
he's humping toes.
No.
End the stream. End it.
What the hell am I watching? That was content creator and streamer Mango, really big in the Super Smash Brothers community, one of the bigger organizers of some of the events in the more recent years. That was Ludwig's Beerio Kart event. If you don't know who Ludwig is, one of the biggest YouTubers in the world, 6.7 million subscribers, big on the Twitch side. And Beerio Kart is specifically a game where people are encouraged to drink beers while they play Mario Kart. But just because you're encouraged to drink beers doesn't mean you have to go over the top with it.
Hey, everybody! Mango just blew a .32!
Oh.
I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves events.
Yeah, Ludwig, you shouldn't. Now, we've only looked at parts of the stream, but there are many clips from that stream in which this man, who is a well-known streamer, visible, married, wife, kids, all that stuff, well-respected in the community, is doing things that is completely inappropriate to women, especially after these women are not only sober, but are also telling you to stop. Like, they are explicitly saying that they do not want to be a part of this. However, he continues down this path of trying to create this content, I guess. I don't know. It's all weird.
What are you pulling her hair?
Mango, you're so silly.
Don't beat her ass
You
up,
guys
bro.
are amazing. That was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
Boink,
thank you for
boink,
competing.
boink. I did ads.
What's your final placing?
I got second in the worst cup.
Sponsor actually good?
What?
Was that Borderlands sponsor good?
It was fun. I was loving it. I love Borderlands 4.
I love to hear that.
But this was the best day ever.
No, point it down. You trying to do thug round or no? Man.
Mango's humping Emily.
I'm not. Emily, get it. Emily, stop it. Final words.
Ooh. All right.
Wait, should kids do drugs? Okay, all right.
Okay. I'll just end him with my child. I'll be you at karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way that you look at that and think that that's some sort of normal behavior, some sort of streamer behavior, especially because he doesn't even really know these people. It's not like they have some sort of rapport, specifically the women in the room. It's not like Mango knows them. It's not like they know Mango. They might know of each other, but this is like the first or second time they've ever been in the room, according to Ludwig. And when I say he humped all night. When I say he touched all night. It's clear to a lot of people that in this situation, these women are not only uncomfortable, but also are being essentially harassed. I'm glad that this was caught on camera because when the situation was brought to somebody like Ludwig's attention or whoever else's attention, they did nothing but gaslight the women calling this out and then enable the behaviors of Mango.
Mango is like an alcoholic. Mango can drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beers. He's a machine of a man.
He said he had 7 beers already today.
If you ask him how many beers he's had lifetime, it's probably above 10,000. He's the two-time champion. He's never lost.
And we'll get into who's to blame in just a minute here, but Ludwig, this is a little strange. Not even a little strange, a lot of strange for everybody that's around here. You have women telling you that they feel very, very uncomfortable with him. You, as a drunk man, are telling them that they need to relax. This is something that he does all the time, literally sexually harassing people. And then acknowledging that your friend is an alcoholic, you then cheer on as he reaches blood alcohol limits that not only are legally intoxicated and, you know, shouldn't be driving and stuff like that for somebody who's an alcoholic, but potentially lethal at a certain point.
We gotta do PB! Guys, Mango just blew a .25! Mango just blew a .32.
That is my go.
Hey, everybody! Mango just blew a .32!
What are they doing?
To be
Why is
clear,
that
that
cool?
is dangerous. That's not good. That's not good. That's dangerous.
Let's up those numbers!
That's
Thank God there was somebody in the room with a little sliver of common sense. This truly could have ended up being bad. Now, on some more positive notes from this situations, everybody acted responsibly after the fact. Twitch banned him almost immediately after the fact. Cloud9, his esports team, banned him as well. And even Mango, when tweeting about the situation, took a lot of responsibility and a lot of accountability in his tweets. There was no real beating around the bush. There was no, lacking accountability or avoiding the situation. He owned up to all of it and said he was even looking to get recovery. Some of these tweets include, couldn't sleep, feel like I let so many people down, talked to a few friends, and just realized I have a problem. Everyone has coddled me for so long and kind of looked the other way when it came to my drinking. Don't want anyone to feel bad for me / defend me. Next, I don't want anyone to defend me for my actions. I was in the wrong 100% and there's no one to blame but myself. I crossed the line / boundaries, and no matter the circumstances, once you make someone else uncomfortable, even if you think what you're doing isn't bad in the moment, lines get crossed and it's just over. It's on me and not anyone else. I'm sorry to everyone I hurt in this process, including everyone watching and the Melee community. Since all this passed, I've talked to a lot of people. The letter is mostly from them. I lost my C9 family, people I've known for years, people I care about. That phone call with Jack hit hard. It felt like I let down someone who was like a second dad to me. I still don't really know how to think about it. I'm glad that Mango took 100% of the blame and told us that we shouldn't be looking at anyone else, but he probably should do that same thing that he did on the internet, have that same conversation in his own household, because his wife took to Twitter and decided to defend him just a little bit, shoot him a little bit of bail. She said, but since I'm not bound by shit as a civilian, Ludwig, I fucking watched you on stream asking for Mango to take shots. Of course your little teeny bopper viewer bitch ass wants to pretend that never happened. People were vomiting at your event and you never once decided to pull up, Willison. Hope you enjoy your grace for banning Mango while encouraging him to get fucking wasted. Fuck you, Lud. Word for word, I need to do a shot. Where's Mango? Now, parts of me does agree with what she is saying in her tweet rant about Ludwig and his actions. That's somebody you call your friend, and we talked about that with the whole B. Simone situation. If that's your friend, you have a responsibility to protect them, not laugh and joke and giggle about them being an alcoholic, especially to women who are saying that he is harassing them. I think that that's where it gets totally ass backwards. Now, while some people in the comments will say he is a grown man, he needs to control himself, that situation could have turned out way worse than what it was. And I'm not even just talking about the Mango situation. Like, it was reported, people were vomiting on their computers. They were all out of it, like totally all out of it, reaching lethal blood alcohol content levels. There has to be some sort of limit, and it's not just, oh, well, there's content that needs to be made. No. That's not how this works. So yes, Mango deserves a fuck ton of blame, and he took all that on the chin. But Ludwig, you kind of got some explaining to do too, buddy.
Now, I'm gonna say, I don't mind when Mango humps me, because I know Mango. It was super weird if you watched any of the clips when he was humping people he doesn't know very well. My main goal at any event is that the people who are participating have a good time. Like, that is like number one, the most important factor which determines a good event. People who show up have a good time. That's what I care about. And I dropped the ball yesterday. I mean, to be real, I dropped the ball. Because not only did people not have a good time, some people had like an explicitly bad time. Like, they were uncomfortable, wanted to leave early, needed to leave early because they were just feeling uncomfortable, you know? And that's like ultimately my fault, right? That's on me. That's my event. That's my job to do that. So I feel really bad about that. You know, I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also, and I already told Mango this, I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves events.
So Ludwig did take some accountability, addressed it, said that he felt uncomfortable with all the stuff that happened, etc., which is a good thing. But when he got further into the deep dive and into the rabbit hole and stuff like that, it kind of made him look a little worse in the light.
Having to address what happened at your event is pointless to the fact that it happened live while you and your crew and other friends either sat there and watched it happen and egged it on. You actively let him harass multiple women on your show, which is just like kind of disheartening to see a tweet like this get 9K likes. It's kind of sad because like there's literally a clip of me seeing it happen in probably the most minor form that there is a clip, like Mango touching somebody's hair, and I did stop it. Like, and what happened is right after the broadcast, you know, Maya came up to me and talked to me, and then the next day I banned him like that when I found out. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a bit sad how the peanut gallery works, because it's always without any nuance, and like, yeah, I would simply stop harassment when I see it, and it's like, yeah, me too, but ultimately we can't rewind the clock, and I feel like I try to make the best actions moving forward based off of what happened. And to be honest, like, I don't remember a lot of the night because I was drunk, so I was like, proud's not the right word, but I was happy to see that like there was at least a moment where I saw it, because I don't really remember doing that, and I stopped what I thought was like inappropriate behavior.
I think what Ludwig is missing is that we're talking about the nature of the event. Now, mind you, I don't doubt that you were drunk. I guess that doesn't exclude the fact that we do have the nuance of the conversation where we see you and your collective actively encourage him to do these sorts of things. People are talking about you having accountability for the event that you threw specifically, and how you and the collective should have went about it differently. I mean, there are multiple clips of women saying that they are uncomfortable with the way that Mango is treating them, only to be dismissed and even gaslit into thinking that, hey, this is some sort of okay behavior.
Bro, Mango, give Mango water. Look at this motherfucker.
I gave him the beer.
Yep. Let him know, bro.
I don't know, bro.
Dude,
Can we zoom in on that?
Stan?
When I look at the number of clips of people stopping Mango versus the number of clips of not just the people ignoring Mango, but actively encouraging the behavior, it's not balanced at all. And that's where the accountability for Ludwig needs to happen. You're an event thrower. You throw things and you take into all consideration and all accountability for whatever happens. You know, if somebody dies at your event, if somebody underage gets in your event, if somebody gets too drunk and starts humping different things, you know, being weird and strange to different women that don't know him at your event, that's on you, pal. I'm glad at the end of the day, Mango is taking accountability for his actions in totality, taking all these bans and, you know, whatever happens to him in stride. That's big on him. And I'm glad that others did speak up and take some sort of accountability. But as a friend, if my friend is getting too drunk, yeah, I'm gonna stop them. And there needs to be better security measures at these events. I don't know if this is a hindsight thing. I really don't think it is. But having just somebody to be some sort of sobriety, level-headed mind in the room probably just seems like a good idea. And multiple of them, not ones that'll enable things for the content, but make sure that things are safe, you know?